Hey everyone, so in this video we are going to be fitting some new coilovers onto the Pulsar GTiR. So my Pulsar, when I got it, came with Teins Super Street coilovers on it, and they're alright, but they are very tired, and the driver side front certainly is leaking or has kind of failed because it's sagging and it makes a rather strange wheezing noise when you lean on it, which is not a good sign. The other issue I have with the Teins is that they are maxed out low, so I cannot get the car any lower, and the problem is, as I keep relieving the car of weight, the ride height is increasing, so it's starting to look like a dune buggy. So I thought I need to replace the coilovers, and when I noticed that the front damper had failed, it's like, okay, I need to do this now and prioritize it over other jobs. So did a search, lots of different brands seem to make coilovers for the car. You've got the usual BC kind of garbage, you've got the D2 that I've never used or heard of. I'm not sure how good they are or not, but I think they're kind of like BC. You've got XYZ, which I think is an Australian brand, and then Meister R. And I've got Meister R, I've got the ZetaCRDs on my A3 Cabriolet, and bear in mind that car is a Cabriolet, it's not meant to handle, but those coilovers on that car are brilliant. The ride is fantastic, the height adjustment is fantastic, they're really, really good. So I had a word with the guys at Meister R, and I said, got a Pulsar GTiR, they make a kit for it. I said, what's the best kit you do? They said it's the GT1, and that's their kind of top of the range flagship model that you can specify with different springs and stuff if you're going racing. And I said, I'm using it on the road. They said, okay, we'll use 5 kg springs, I think, 4 kg springs in the rear, I think, can't remember, might be the way around. And they said, yeah, we can make you a set within a week. We'll get them dyno tested and everything, make sure they're okay. Yeah, 1 week. So that was it for me. It's like, okay, Meister R's, it has to be. So they turned up today. Let's have a look at them, and then let's have a look at the car, and then let's start getting them on. So here are our shiny new Meister R GT1s, and you've got to admit the quality and the finish I know from my Audi, which has been used Swedish roads in winter. They look this good after like 2 years, 3 years on the road. So quality wise, fantastic, and they are pretty kind of meaty looking. Here's operating manual instructions, and the spring, the preload has been set on the springs, so I don't have to adjust that at all. But because they're half decent, they have the separate collar adjuster for the ride height, so we can really kind of wind these in and get these nice and low. So that's kind of cool. They're top adjustable as well, which is nice. Another reason why I like the Meister R's is because there's no mucking about with ones on the bottom of the dampers like KW and stuff. So just twist the dial from soft to hard. The rears are rubber bush connectors here, and the fronts are metal. These are pillar ball top mounts on the fronts, and the top mounts on the fronts are also camber adjustable, which is nice. So there we go, and there's the box that they came in. So excited to get these on and see what I can do with the ride height. Now let's start talking about the car. So you may have noticed I've already started to do a bit of work on the car here because I couldn't wait, I was too excited. Here you can see the famous green of the Teins there, and you can see that they are wound fully down, they won't go any lower. And we have, not sure of the pillar ball top mounts on the fronts, but camber adjustment there, not sure what they're adjusted to at the moment. But very simple job to remove coilovers on a car. I've done it so many times. Basically all you have to do is you just need to remove the hub assembly, the 2 bolts that connect the damper to the hub, and then you just need to release the normally 2 or 3 bolts or 4 bolts nuts from the top on the strut on the turret, and then the suspension will just come free, just drop out and then slide the new one up and you're done. I'm going to go and get new bolts and new fixtures and fittings when I get these off. So there'll be a bit of a delay in the video once we've got them off, but let's start by getting the fronts off and then we'll get one rear off so I know what I need to buy from the local hardware store. And then yeah, we can kind of go from there, get them on, see what the ride height's like, make some adjustments and keep doing that really. So yeah, crack on. Righty, so there we go. Suspension is off the car and you can see here the difference in the Teins and the Meister R's. Look at the thickness of the top mount on the Meister R on the front. I will weigh these as well to see what weights we've got, but you can see there already, I mean this is the factory set ride height for the Meister R, and the rear is a little bit shorter but so much more adjustment there, which is great, and the front is massively shorter. So I'm not going to play with that, I'm just going to put it on the car for comedy value, see how low it is. But I've managed to get my bolts and things there. Just need the brake hose clips. Don't need to do this, but I wanted to replace all the bolts with stainless while I was doing this. Sorry for my voice, I drank a coffee and for some reason this has happened. Anyway, so I'll get those clips tomorrow, but we can at least get the suspension on for this side now. And then when I've got the clips, then get them on, finish up, wheels on, drop the car down, get on the other side, and then get that done, and we can have a look at the comedy ride height and then start making some adjustments. Hopefully you can see this all right in the darkness, but front damper on, and we've got our new clips now for the brake hose, and we've got our nice stainless bolts there and stainless nuts up here. Like I say, I've not adjusted anything with the ride height or with the camber or anything yet, and I need to tighten the strut tops when the car is on the ground. So still a few things to do. Rear, you can see again in the cave, looking all good. New clamps, new bolts. I've not tightened this up yet, the link for the rear anti-roll bar, because you need to do that on the ground, and I've not attached this up yet, which is the clip that allows the brake line to sort of sit on there. The reason why I haven't done that yet is because I want to get the ride height correct first, and then I can do that because it's in the way of the kind of adjusting ring. So now we've done that, we can get the wheels back on, get the car on the ground, see what the ride height looks like, and then we can move over onto the other side of the car. I won't video me doing the other side of the car because you've seen me on one side, but yeah, get the wheels on, let's have a look and kind of ponder the default ride height. There you go. So that's the ride height from factory, from Meister R, and the front's looking pretty good actually, but still can go lower. I mean, you've got a fair old gap there, and the rears, you've got a massive gap there. So I'm now going to do the other side. Not going to video that, like I say, and then we're going to come back a day later because I need to see how things have kind of settled basically with the suspension, with the springs and stuff. So we'll do that, and then we'll do our adjustments.